So I open my email, and I have a link here that gives me access to the virtual demo center that has been set up for me by Citrix. So I can just click here, which then launches the Citrix receiver automatically and configures it for my new profile. I then have the option to log in. In this case, I'm going to use a test user who is called user1. And then I'm going to enter the password, which will be expired by the time you're watching this video. I also have my automatic settings for my domain, whether or not I'm using Access Gateway, which in this case I'm not, and if I was using Access Gateway, what features of Access Gateway are being used. So then I hit Save, and that adds in my new Virtual Demo Center Flextronics demo. Apparently I messed up my credentials, so I'm going to go ahead and try again. Let's edit that. User 1, capital D, demo 1. Save. And now I can connect up to this demo center. You'll notice that I have a clean desktop here with no applications on it, but I can add applications through Dazzle by selecting Applications and then taking these applications and adding them to my desktop. So I want to add the Windows 7 desktop. I also want to add the XenApp 6 desktop and the Dock Finder. I can also go in and add other applications. For instance, if I want to go into Office, I can add in Microsoft Word and Excel and have individual applications available through XenApp as well. So now that I've added a few applications, let's go ahead and launch a session. So I have my icons. I can, by the way, launch applications directly from the Dazzle bar. I don't have to have them added to my desktop. So if I have an application I use every once in a while, I can use that bar to launch that application. But these applications that I use all the time, I can go ahead and launch just by clicking on them, which creates a connection back to the NetApp Virtual Demo Center, the Citrix Virtual Demo Center, wrong vendor. So here's my Windows 7 desktop loading, Windows 7 Enterprise accessed over the internet on my iPad. This is the first time I've logged into this demo environment that was just provisioned a few minutes ago, so it might take a moment to load my profile. And there we go. I have Windows 7, and it's only been 3 minutes from when I started this demo. I now have a Windows 7 desktop that's available for my use. I can hit my Start button, access my programs, go in and run things like Citrix applications, and one of the most important applications is Citrix Dazzle. Like on the iPad itself, Citrix Dazzle allows me to access my applications and add them to my desktop environment. And here it comes. So here's Dazzle. Dazzle allows me to add applications from stores that are created for me by my IT department, or allows me to get to applications hosted by third-party application service providers. So I can go in here and add various applications. So I'm very interested in this 3D graphics application, so I'm going to go ahead and add it, my eDrawings application. That adds automatically into my Dazzle Apps folder on my Start menu. If I want to, I can create additional folders on my Start menu. And you may notice that I'm able to click on things pretty easily, but if I have trouble doing that, I can always zoom in. This is one of the neatest features of the client for the iPad, is that I can zoom in and out extremely easily. And now I have a text entry field. I have a new folder that I've created, and I need to be able to actually put a name to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on the screen with 3 fingers, which brings up the keyboard. And I now have my new folder. I'm going to call this Demo. Okay. Tap again with 3 fingers, that takes the keyboard away, pinch in to zoom out, and I can see my various applications. Now I'm going to go over to Microsoft Office, and I'm going to add some of these applications into my demo folder. I haven't tried this in a while. Let's see if it works properly on the iPad. Oops, I'm scrolling the screen around, you can see, and if that's a problem, you can change from scroll mode to scrolling off, and be able to select items and drag them into the start menu. And there we go. Drag that over into my demo folder, grab Excel, put that in my demo folder as well, and now I'll have those available instantly in my start menu. You'll notice my eDrawings is right there. And then in my demo folder, I have access to Microsoft Word and Excel. These applications aren't actually installed on my virtual desktop. They're just available within that virtual desktop environment delivered by Citrix XenApp. You'll also notice when I pull down the bar on the top, I have access to pair my iPhone so that I can use it like a mouse. I can bring up an arrow key view, which just gives me arrow keys overlaid on the bottom of the screen. I can bring up the keyboard, although that triple tap that I showed you earlier is going to be a lot quicker in most cases. I can also turn that scrolling mode on and off. And when scrolling is off, you actually have the ability to scroll screens with your finger. So I can scroll through this list of applications very easily. This is also something I like to do when I'm doing a PowerPoint. So this is just a really brief demo of some of the interactive features on the iPad client. The help screen, of course, is useful. I can hit Workspace to go back to my workspace, get access to other applications that may be on other servers. In this case, those are my production applications. There we go. And then go back into my Windows 7 desktop, and it will reconnect me and pick up where it left off. Once multitasking is available on the iPad, this won't even have to reconnect, but you saw that doesn't take very long at all to reconnect the session for my back to my desktop up in the cloud. One other thing that I wanted to be sure to show you in this demo is that if I need to right-click on something, that's also very easy. Because I don't have 2 buttons on my mouse, I have to use 2 fingers. So I double-click, or I double-tap with 2 fingers at the same time, and that gives me my right-click action on whatever